I definitely don't wear a cape and I can't be referred to as a superhero, but maybe this vehicle brought a little bit of good luck this week, mainly in the fact that, well, we found a lost dog, able to reunite it with its parents, and, well, after all, it's been a fairly nice week. Hey, welcome to this edition of Road Warrior. I'm your host, Grant Roberson. Now, this superhero behind me is most notably known as the 2020 Mercedes GLE 350, and what it did was help bring this dog home and give us a little bit of fun. Now, it's safe to say Mercedes does things well, and the GLE 350 is one fine example of that. And what I'm referring to is dimensions, the overall pizzazz just on the outside, but also all the technology, innovations, and, well, just plain and simple ergonomics. Now, we'll get into the bells and whistles most notably see on the inside, but the outside is one crucial point because, well, I'm not a big fan of crossovers. I don't like anything too small, and, well, modestly big is fine with me. And that's exactly where this vehicle sizes up. Even better is the silhouette, really kind of a sporty, atmospheric kind of exterior. Again, not crossovery, not even too chiseled, just nice and smooth lines. Not to mention the blacked out four corners, which I've become kind of a big fan of. So how does this vehicle measure up? Well, it fits squarely into the mid-size segment, really delivering great numbers. That puts it in the upper kind of tier when it comes to this overall size. Now, what you're going to see is about 194 inches overall. Wheelbase fairly stretched at 117. Another big number to think about is width, with the mirrors included, around about 85 inches. But one number that helps kind of scale this vehicle down is overall height, around about 70 inches. And that's going to make kind of even the novice driver when it comes to SUVs, makes this vehicle feel more like a sedan. And again, doesn't take it too far down the crossover segment because, after all, the good numbers that this vehicle delivers means great interior comfort, both in the first row and second, not to mention all that cargo space. Grille warfare is definitely pronounced here on the GLE 350, and it all starts with the huge Mercedes emblem that has a lot of smarts hidden behind it, not just the good old bling. Now, what you're going to see first off, really body color all the way around, modest offerings when it comes to chrome, and a lot of kind of this black mesh look really right through here. Now, it's not operational with really no airflow, but that kind of implied look that really hints at a kind of an open face grille. Most of the airflow really tucking right through here. Now, tons of safety built into this vehicle, most notably right up here at the front. Now, typical parking sensors, front camera as well, but also a lot of that traffic alert, both when it comes to blind spots, lane awareness, and really casting ahead of you so this vehicle knows what's going on almost long before the driver does. Now, what's great about the GLE 350 is it really prevents the scrapes and dings in the traditional sense, mainly because, well, it does exactly what you see here, narrowing itself when it gets into the tight spots, really locking this vehicle up, swings these mirrors in. Now, that's nothing new across the board, but just one extra feature of this premium vehicle. What I also like is the sensory factor, pretty much the 360 viewpoint with the cameras here on the side and at the back, and of course at the front as well. That gives you that surround view, and it gives you that multi-screen there at the front. Really diving into the spaces is made so much easier. What I also like is just getting in this vehicle. It's a nice smart key system, of course, and it starts pretty much at any access point. And what I'm referring to is really you walk right up, grab right here, and it opens right up. Really intuitive, the next level, what you expect with Mercedes. Now, if you simply want to walk away, just simply brush your hand right there, locks up with ease. One other big feature is the fill up area I talk about all the time, because again, the Achilles heel can be just getting into this area. Now, someone mentioned that, well, if it's a capless system, it's really not going to be siphoned off. I'm not always talking about the theft of the gasoline, but sometimes just the manipulation of what's going in here. We just don't want to see any vandalism to our vehicles in general, not necessarily just the theft of the fuel. Now, what I like here on the GLE 350 is it pretty much locks with the vehicle. Now, when the vehicle is unlocked, of course, it pops right open with ease. Cool thing, this is the cap system. Just simply remove it and fill it right up. There are numerous big features on this vehicle. Most of them can be seen right there on the inside, but really here at the back end is probably one of the biggest pluses on a vehicle like this. Not only is it nice and regal, and of course can take you and your friends anywhere you want to go, but the cargo to boot really allows it to harness what people throw in it. Now what I like of this is, of course, a Mercedes, so you expect it to be the upper echelon when it comes to delivering service, and that is in the form of the nice power hatch. Now once this gets up out of the way, the one thing I notice is the amount of height that is delivered with this rear hatch. Now again, I'm 6'2" to give you a scale. This is easily exceeding that by an inch or two. Really allows me to kind of minimize the banging affair that can happen. What's even better, that really grants a lot of space to the inside. Now again, our furry friend that we found out here while we're doing this had a little resting spot in here until the parents came to pick it up, and really what that left was just a little bit of hair back here. But really what I like is the fabric material. One, made it such a pet-friendly area, and of course, vacuums with ease. Diving into the cargo area just a little bit, first thing you'll notice is tonneau cover. Again, nothing special, standard across the industry, but I like the fact that it easily tucks into the rear area, really allows it to hide any valuables back here. Not a solid surface, so you can't really put anything up here, but easily retracts when you don't need it. And of course, you can remove it when you need bigger items to expand there into the second row. Now, lots of other stuff going on, but most notably is here under the cargo floor. Real easy handle, and what I like is this nice accessory here. That's basically to help keep this up, because we always know that we're going to get in here. There's a reason for it. In this particular case, if we need to remove the spare tire, which comes in this vehicle, even better. Nice full-size spare. Hazard warnings as well down here, and all the other mechanics from the jack and everything else right here when you need it. Now, it's always great to have enough cargo here at the back end when you're carrying your friends around, but one thing they always want to know is, well, what's the kind of pep in the step? You definitely want to have a little sport there under the hood, and what's great with the 350 is it truly delivers it, but in a nice, quiet way. And if you noticed earlier when I had the four-legged friend in the back, keeping them nice and cool while the family was reunited, well, the engine had a nice little purr. Now, what you're going to see underneath there specifically is a 2.0 liter inline four cylinder. That's going to deliver around about 255 horses and 273 foot-pounds of torque. It's nicely matted also to a 9-speed automatic transmission. Lastly are the driving dynamics, basically the option to choose between econo, comfort, sport, and individualized settings. And basically all that thrown together basically means, well, you can kind of keep it, well, nice and slow, or with a little bit of get up and go. One could argue that it's better to be driven in the GL350 than to be the driver, and that's mainly because what awaits you here in the second row. First off, with overall legroom. Now, it's going to be equal across the board, just under 41 inches in the front and the back, but where it really comes down is exactly just the comfort. Now, what you're going to see is about individualized attention here on the outer side, right up all the way to the headrest, but better yet is a nice center console, nice and elevated for elbow support, and of course, dual cup holders there should you need them. Now, also what you're going to like is comfort when it comes to airflow, and you'll see it in the form of this nice digital readout with all the various functions you'd expect in the front, positioned here in the back with nice airflow right through the center. For anybody that needs electronics charged up, you do have connectivity right here in the form of USB-C and USB, as well as a nice household outlet here on the bottom. Now, don't be confused that there's no window shades here on the Mercedes GL350, because it just appears there isn't any, but that's just forgetting the fact that, well, the Mercedes is a premium vehicle, and it's going to be in the form of a nice power option. Just simply pull right there, and the screen's going to rise to the occasion, fully hiding the second row window, pretty much providing left to right sunscreen shade for the back two windows. I've never claimed to enjoy being a backseat driver, so the one place I'm going to claw my way to has to be the pilot or co-pilot seat, because, well, the creature comforts are abound, and the most notable being what lies underneath the operation here. Really the massage feature, taking the overall comfort to the next level. So before we dive any deeper, let's just look at, well, how this thing measures up. Now, before we dive into a lot of the other features, one that just stood out is the massage feature, and here's the screen that really harnesses the power and the comfort that this vehicle can deliver. Now, what's great is once you get to the screen, there's tons of options, right down to the hot, relaxing back and shoulder, activating massage, classic massage, wave massage, mobilizing massage. You can really go through all these functions, and it's for both the driver and the passenger. You can simply just select or turn off whichever feature you're not looking for. Now, while we're here on this screen, the nice home button is going to take you to this multi-select, and it's one of the biggest screens I've seen here compared to kind of the standard competition. What I like is you can simply just scroll right across, find what you're looking for, the comfort again. That's where you found the massage feature, other information, as well as the media and radio select. Now, once you select it, again, huge display that really shows everything real nice and simple. Now, you do have multiple tiers here that you can kind of select from presets, or you can just simply scroll right through and find your favorite station. Now, interacting with the screen may be too far of an arm stretch away for some drivers, so you may want to interact with the good old trackpad here. This is a nice support for your arm. This allows you really just to interact with ease to that screen. All you do is just simple motions to kind of scroll around. You can almost treat it like a typical mouse or trackpad. Now, once you get to the area, you just simply flick one way or the other, and the screen is going to navigate with ease and really scroll through. But again, if you reach up here and simply swipe, you really can go kind of a lot faster. So what's great is really multiple options when it comes to interaction. Now, if you don't pay attention to this area, one thing you're going to miss are the shortcuts around the outer edge. And what I like about those is they simply help with navigating the big screen versus interacting like I typically would do. When I didn't notice those buttons, I typically always came through here, found what I was looking for, hit the button, and went full screen. But the actual easier way to do it is simply find the shortcut, press it, the screen goes full screen. Now, what I also like was over here on the left side, the car button. That gives you a nice shortcut to all the various functions, safety features, assistant features, and just a whole bunch of things going on right here. Most notably really being in this area from the lane awareness, the autonomous driving, the basically helping you assist when you're going down the road. Now, if you do go to these other functions, really lots of things you can set up here to help this vehicle really cater to the driver's needs. Now, you're going to find dual cup holders up front, nice springy material to help grip your drinks, and nice and lit so you can see in there with ease. Now, up here a little bit darker, but what you have is a nice wireless charging pad. You do have some connectivity here as well, but I like the fact that I can take my equipped phone, throw it there, it's going to charge up real simple and real easy. Now, even better if you want to hide everything when you want this vehicle to look a lot more sleek. Of course, you got a nice covering here you can simply pull into place. Now, one feature that took me most of the week to figure out was the ambient lighting and basically the different themes that you can set this vehicle up. And the way you find that, it really is navigating through the touchscreen system. This vehicle really caters to the driver, and if you, well, don't spend enough time here, you're just going to miss out on it. Now, what you do is you go to the home screen, then just simply swipe up. And what you're going to notice is you do have some various suggestions when it comes to your radio, but as you scroll up, you'll notice these themes, and they seem kind of basic and simple, but there's a lot going on here. So if you simply hit the efficiency mode there, that's going to start to change the overall theme and look to the vehicle. And where you notice it is again in the lighting. So again, if I go up here one more time, hit the home, scroll up, go to another theme, let's go to the standard. Again, the lighting kind of changes and it gives you just a different feel. So maybe if you're going out with the friends or whatever, want it to be a little bit more sporty, simply go to that theme, and again, it changes the overall feel and look inside this vehicle. The innovations you see over there in the center touchscreen really transition over here to the display in the form of a nice digital readout for the implied analog, tach, and speedometer. Now, what's great is this is really, again, innovative, and it all translates to this little button right here. Now, it looks like a button, but you can simply just kind of scroll up and down on it, and it really translates here to the gauge cluster, almost again like a miniature trackpad. You can simply select what you're looking for in the middle, go through it, or you can simply select over here on the gauges. Now, once you do that, really what you're doing is you're telling it what to do and going through various functions. Now, if I select there in the middle, this is going to again give you tons of information, and again, just some more changes in the overall look and structure of what you're seeing on the dash. And again, with just this amount of gauge and LCD screen going on, you definitely want to be able to be in control of this because it really can adapt to what you're looking for. Now, over here on the right side is going to be your entertainment part, but also another kind of a trackpad, miniature trackpad that relates to the touchscreen over here as well, where you can simply navigate through. That way, if you really want to go kind of hands-on only on the steering wheel versus being maybe a little bit more distracted with this over here, I like the fact that you have this nice little sensitive. It is really kind of multi-tiered, multifaceted. It allows you to really to navigate with these to the screen. To change the overall comfort of your seat, look on the driver or passenger door, really with the nice layout for the seat, even thigh support that can be extended out, even the adjustment of your headrest, but everything to be expected from Mercedes, nice and premium, and again, really intuitive of placement and ease of use. If you've got little ones in the back, of course you can handle the operation of their windows, but also the sunshades, which are positioned here on the controls, just simply pull up. It's going to raise those sunshades with ease, again helping if you have little ones back there. For climate controls, you do have, again, the big display up top, or you do have the traditional controls down below, but everything really relates up here. And again, this is helpful because it's really in the view, allowing the driver to barely glance down and simply toggle with ease the various fan speeds, mode select as well, and the temperature up front. Now it does for this edition where we're in a test drive behind the wheel of the 2020 Mercedes GLE 350, a vehicle that has the good old grip at the four corners, modest power play on the hood, but most notably is all the electronics and ergonomics that await you on the inside, because after all, really the win-win for everyone is really any open seat on the inside. And don't forget, this vehicle truly shined with that cargo at the back when we found our lost four-legged friend that was, well, reunited with the family. So hats off to this vehicle for maybe adorning its cape and, after all, being a superhero. Now, I'd like to thank you for watching this edition of Road Warrior. Keep both hands on the wheel and eyes straight ahead.